I'm trying something a little bit different with these second videos that drop on the channel each week. I'm going to pick a topic, one topic each week. Might be in the news, might be a running session, might be a shoe review, might be a gear review, something. I'm going to talk about it so stick around and we'll go through this week's first topic.
Hi guys, alright, first topic, shoes. This follows a question that was to a recent video from Morris. I'm going to get to that question in a little bit, but first of all I want to put it back on to you. And if you have been watching the channel, you know that I'm putting together a series of Breaking 3, my quest to run another sub 3 hour marathon at the Melbourne Marathon in October, 10 weeks away. I need to know what shoes to run in. I've been very late to the Super Shoe technology game, party, whatever you want to call it. Only very recently I got into the New Balance FuelCell RC Elites. Already the version 2 is out. I've only had a couple of runs in these shoes. I've got the Magic Speed from Asics, and I've also got the Nike Tempo Next Percents there as well. But I'm thinking that this may not be my marathon shoe. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice shoe and I really do enjoy running in it, but I just think there might be more out there that might give me a little bit of help in my marathon attempts. So I'm putting it out there to you guys. What shoe can you suggest that I should be looking at to run my marathon in? Hit me up in the comments down below. I'd be really interested to know how you've got on finding a shoe to run your marathons, how it's performed. Have you been able to run your fastest marathon? I'm a little bit like this at the moment, not knowing which shoe to go to. Do I go for the Nikes? Do I stick with the New Balance? Do I try something else? I just don't know. And I really want to bed down my marathon shoe sooner rather than later. So guys, hit me up in the comments down below. Suggest some shoes, the reasons why. I'd really appreciate any suggestions you can give me down there in the comments. All right, back to that question. Now it came from Morris and it was in relation to the Naughty Shoes video where I was running in the New Balance FuelCell Rebel V2s. I haven't got them here. A lot of fun in that shoe. And Morris just asks, how many miles, kilometers do you usually get from a pair of shoes, just for comparison? Well, Morris, it really does depend on the shoes. From my experience, I have found that shoes all react in a different way. I go with the 450 to 500 kilometers. I can keep my shoes in a high rotation up to that mark. Now, if you want to know, keep a sort of record of how far you are running in your shoes, Strava's great for this. When you put in your new shoes, you can actually put in Strava there when you want to get an alert to how many Ks you've done in a shoe. I put 450. As I said, I have my shoes in high rotation up until that mark. Then I'll sort of take them out of the high rotation into a medium rotation and then just see how they go. These shoes up here, the Asics Nova Blast, the Tokyo edition, the first iteration of the Nova Blast. Love those shoes. I got nearly 1,000 kilometers in those shoes. I handed them over to my son. He's running in them still. But compared to these black pair, not quite as good, but I still think that I'll get good mileage out of them. I think if you don't get 450 to 500 kilometers in a pair of shoes, it's pretty disappointing. Now, when I mention about the high rotation, because now I do have a lot more shoes in my rotation, it's very rarely that I'm running in the same pair of shoes more than once a week. High rotation for me would be, say, once a week in a pair of shoes. Once it hits 450 to 500 kilometers, I'll have a good look at have a really good look at the outsole, make sure that it's still okay. Also having a good look at the foam or that midsole, just to make sure that it's still, you know, enough there to be giving me some support. If I'm seeing any too much wear through here and a lot of compression in the foam, more than likely that shoe's going to end up going down in the bottom drawer and be on a very low rotation. Normally, if that happens, if the shoe is still looking good, I'll just use it on grass or soft surfaces. So Morris 450 to 500 kilometers. That's when I'll have a look at the shoe. I'll take a step back, give it a sort of mental review. If it still looks okay and I still feel like it's got some more miles in it, it'll stay in my rotation. If not, it probably goes into the bottom drawer to be used very, very sparingly. But hit Strava, put in whatever mileage that you want to be reminded about your particular shoe, and go from there. And while I'm on Strava too, guys, make sure that you check out the Running Duck Effect Strava Club. Here's the link just here somewhere. Okay, so as I said at the beginning of this video, short and sweet, this one was about shoes. Really would appreciate any suggestions that you can give me for a marathon shoe. And as I said, need to know sooner rather than later what shoe I'm going to wear in the Melbourne Marathon.
So let me know what you thought about the new format down in the comments below. Be really interested to get a little bit of feedback. Whoops, gotta watch where I'm going. And also, if you've got a topic that you'd like me to talk about, hit me up in the comments down below as well. Quite happy to talk about a whole range of topics.
All right, so short and sweet, I'm out of here. Stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hooroo!